Real pull off Classico master plan. Foden is the future. Liverpool come unstuck. A transfer roundup and today's Emoji Mondays all coming up in the next few minutes. As I'm your host Matt Foden, you are the Onefootballers, and this is the Daily News. Anyway, first off, and to last night's El Clasico, which, you know, I'm pretty critical of this game at the best of times. I didn't actually think it was too bad. Yes, it was no way near what it was in the past, but Real Madrid executed the perfect plan. They were the ones pressing. They were the ones really putting Barcelona under pressure, and they got their just rewards with 2 goals. Now, honestly, over the whole course of the game, yes, Messi really wasn't involved, but there was a really telling stat which kind of unveiled itself at the end of the match, that in the 5 Classicos since Cristiano Ronaldo left, Messi has no goals and no assists. Nose assists. Wow. Throughout the game, there was one missing piece in the Barcelona puzzle, and that was Lionel Messi. Now, I know loads of you are going to defend him, going to say, oh, yeah, but he's still the best, it's the players around him. Don't get me wrong, I'm not throwing any shade on Messi as a player. He had a very poor game, and it seems to be these Classicos just aren't the same without Ronaldo. I said it last time, and I'm saying it again. In the 5 Classicos since Cristiano Ronaldo left Real Madrid, Messi has no goals and no assists. There's not really anyone there to antagonize him, to prove that they're better than Messi and that he kind of retaliates and then proves that he's better than everyone else. And contrary to this, the 5 before Ronaldo left, Messi had 5 goals and an assist, so you can kind of see where I'm getting that opinion from. Anyway, the real star of the night was Vinicius Jr. The Brazilian looked like the only player who was really going to cause any trouble from both sides, and all of his hard work, his dribbling and his running paid dividends as he managed to get the ball past Marc-Andre ter Stegen with a little bit of help from Gerard Pique. After the game, Pique said that this was the worst Madrid side that they'd faced in the last few years. This is unbelievable. Surely Pique has then got to realise that if they're playing the worst Madrid side ever, they couldn't even beat them. Surely this makes Barcelona even worse than the worst Madrid side ever. He really needs to learn to shut his mouth after a game when he especially put in a pretty poor performance and Barcelona look an absolute shadow of their former selves. I've asked the question before and I'll ask it again to all of the Barca fans, all of you guys over there. This isn't a specific opinion from me. I just want to know your answer. Is that performance and is that result better than what Ernesto Valverde was bringing or would have brought to Barcelona? Riddle me that. Answer me in the comment section below. Moving on from that, although we will cover that and lots more of the rest of today's daily news in TFW later this afternoon, Manchester City were at it again. They've now completed a hat-trick of Carabao Cup victories, and Pep Guardiola has won 8 of the 9 competitions he's entered as a manager in England. The star of the show, Phil Foden. He took his opportunity, and it just begs the question, why on earth is the 19-year-old not playing any more games? It's clear that he's talented. It's clear that he's like the heir to David Silva's throne. And Guardiola even says about how much of a good player he is, but he just does not get the minutes. Well, finally he got his chance, and on the biggest stage of all, the home of football in England, he put in a scintillating display as Manchester City edged past Aston Villa 2-1. Actually, I say edge, that's a little bit harsh. Manchester City were very dominant, they just didn't have the goals to show it. Aston Villa's pretty much one and only good chance Samatta did manage to put away. Anyway, what does this actually mean? Well, according to most people in the English press, winning the Carabao Cup doesn't really mean anything, but you can see from the Manchester City players and Guardiola that they're delighted to win. Of course, it's another trophy, and a certain few clubs, like Spurs, would absolutely kill to win, never mind 3 times in a row. Anyway, talking of English clubs, and the Premier League threw up some rather interesting results this weekend. As I mentioned before with the Classico, of course, we'll go into it in more depth in TFW this afternoon. But first off, Liverpool lost. What's going on with the world? Honestly, Watford put in a stunning performance. A 3-0 victory over Jurgen Klopp's side to end their unbeaten run at 44 games. Do not fret though, Liverpool fans. You're still going to win the league. Things are still going swimmingly well at Anfield. And as Jurgen Klopp said, it's just a little bit of a knock and they need to restart and get back to their best form. Of course, if they lose to Chelsea in the FA Cup and then get knocked out of the Champions League by Atletico Madrid, a lot more questions will be asked, but at the moment it was just a slight hiccup in what elsewhere has been a phenomenal season. Alongside this though, there was another poor loss for Spurs as Wolves moved in on 4th place, and as for Everton Manchester United, VAR is at it again. Such a ridiculous decision, in my opinion, to give offside, and David De Gea really did not have the best of games. Now, for those of you who don't quite know what happened, as I mentioned before, later on this afternoon you can find out all of your opinions and my opinions on the hottest topics from the weekend's football. Up next, do the rest of the day's transfer and daily news, where AC Milan are still interested in signing Juventus Federico Bernardeschi. Tottenham are hoping to beat Roma to the signing of Chris Smalling. Inter Miami lost 1-0 this weekend in what was David Beckham's club's first outing in the MLS. And Dries Mertens is close to signing a new deal at Napoli. So next up is Friday Feels. This is where we look back at some of the predictions you guys made on Friday's Daily News. First up, and JT Baldor said that Norwich will gain at least a point against Leicester, which they did by taking all three, and that PSG would win by 2 or more goals. A 4-0 victory for the French champions. A big shout out to Dante Spina, who made an incredible 24 predictions, 3 of which actually came true. First off, a Monaco-Rennes was a draw, like you said, Dante. Also, alongside this, Napoli did win 2-1, as did Melbourne victory. And lastly but not least, Maxi Barker with an incredible 5 predictions that were correct. Lazio to win? Check. Spurs to lose? Yep. City to win? Yep. West Ham to win? Yep. And Everton to draw. Well done, you. Unbelievable. So here we are at Emoji Mondays. This is where we throw a couple of emojis down over some of the weekend's hottest actions. Now, we've got quite a few to get through today. First off, and we've got the best player or best players. Both of them are from Atalanta, who won 7-2 against Lecce. This is actually the 5th time they've scored more than 5 goals this season. Both Duvan Zapata and Josip Ilicic were in fine form, and they take home the best players of the week. Next up, and to the worst player, David De Gea. I mean, honestly, I spoke about it a little bit earlier. A shocking mistake for Everton's first goal. And then on the second one, even though Richarlison was lying on the floor, the ball was deflected from Harry Maguire. De Gea did not react quick enough, and I don't think he would have got the ball. And talking of that poor performance from De Gea, the shocking moment of the weekend is that VAR call. It was so shocking that Carlo Ancelotti remonstrated with the referee afterwards and got sent off, which I think is incredibly harsh considering that the game is already finished. Like, how long is it from when the game's finished to when a manager can be sent off? What if he's in the car park like 3 hours later and just smashes the referee's windscreen in? I can't say that. And he's still just having to go at the ref. There's surely got to be a limit as to when he can be sent off. Anyway, that was a pretty shocking moment. And lastly but not least, we have the best results of the weekend. I mentioned it earlier, Watford beating Liverpool. Stunning result considering Watford's plight near the bottom of the table. Wolves winning 3-2 away at Spurs to put them in a good position to try and fight for 4th. Another brilliant result. And lastly but not least, Bayern Munich without Robert Lewandowski, no problem. Still managed to score 6 as they beat Hoffenheim 6-0. So there we have Emoji Mondays, but what do you guys think? Am I wrong? Am I right? Check back every single Monday for our reactions to some of the weekend's hottest football. So there you have it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on Emoji Mondays and the rest of the day's daily news. Whilst you're at it, smash the like button and click here or here to check out all of the other videos we've got going on Onefootball. But until next time, I will see you guys later.